Hey y'all. Welcome, welcome. It's just being August, and I'm your host, August, just being August. And we are here today. I'm going to introduce my special guest in a moment, but let me get the particulars out of the way. As always, you can tune in to Power Influence Radio here on the Power Influence channel on the Daily Faith Network, on YouTube, Roku, Apple. You can download it, all of that good stuff. And I'm sure I missed some stuff, but that's just me being me. With that being said, you know how it is. It's your girl, it's your community auntie. We're going to have real conversations about any and everything. We know that Power Influence is a faith-based network. And, but we still going to keep it a buck. You know what I mean? With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am so super, super, uber duper happy and elated to have Miss Camille Robb. I'm gonna get some hand claps on this show. Everybody give her a hand clap. Camille Robb. I know I jumped right into it because you have so much. And I don't want to spend all that on me because hey, they can see me all the time. But I do want to jump right in. It is an awesome, awesome thing that you do. So I want you to introduce yourself. Tell the people about who Camille is.
So, hello everyone, and thank you so much, August, for inviting me. It's a pleasure being here with you. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a blessing. So, my name is the fabulous Camille Robb. My grandmother named me Fabulous because she saw something in me nobody else did. And I respect her for that. What I do more than anything else, I provide the needs of others. I'm best known as the global mom because I provide education, food, clothes, and shelter, not just for people in Orlando, but on a global scale. I love what I do because I impact the world and change people's lives one person at a time. And my husband and I have been doing this for over 20 years. And I love what I do, changing life and impacting the world. We have a nonprofit that feeds Orlando, feed Kissimmee, feed St. Cloud, we feed Altamont. And we've been doing this for over 20 years. We have one of the most unique way of bringing people together and serving the community with the agape love. And if you want to learn more about how we do it, all you got to do is connect with me. You could go to jfc4u.org and you could send a request. Or you could just hit me up on any of my social media. And you'll get to learn and experience what we do. Because I cannot explain to you until you come and see it and you experience it. The work we do for the community is to put dignity back into people's lives and elevate people. That's
I like that. I like that. Dignity and you say elegance, right? Make sure I get that right.
We elevate and bring dignity to people's life.
So how do you do that with this particular nonprofit? I did research it and I love it. I know you have a garden.
Yes.
I know that you also have partners with private schools and colleges.
Yes.
So how do you just give us a little nugget of how do you provide that dignity? Because that's a big word, dignity. A lot of people don't know what dignity means as far as the dictionary version and the physical version of dignity. So go ahead and touch on that for me.
So have you ever seen someone that's just sitting there on the ground trying to figure out what to do next? I know you've seen it.
Yeah. Probably, I've been there.
Okay. People always judge. And God said, judge not or be ye judged. I always see people and let them know God always provide a ram in the bush, and that ram is our organization. GFC for you is that ram in the bush. And when we talk about dignity, we don't let everybody know what we're doing. We just start doing this after 20 something years feeding the community. We just started. And the reason why we had to do this is because IRS said we had to. We had to become a 501c3 and they fine us, you know? They,
Wow.
they fine us for doing that. But when it comes to dignity, dignity is putting people back to where they used to be, elevating them, let them know how much they're loved, putting back a certain degree in their life because people are so selfish nowadays. And oof, I just got to finishing with about probably about 40 something people and I was explaining to them the same thing. It's not everybody that's houseless is on drugs.
Hmm.
I feed lawyers, I feed realtors, I- and people, these people are working people. Okay. So if you
Hmm.
think we're just going out in the woods and down on into the bridge, around the corner, and the parking, that's not the only people we feed. We feed people that have to think about should I be buying food or should I be paying my bills?
Right. And that's a lot to have to think about and to process and to do, food, electric, dinner, water, gas in my car, snack for
Exactly.
the kids. So how do you guys help with that?
So we partner up with a few companies and we just use that to help others. You know, my team that I have been such a gift from God. When we go out and our community, we go out in our community and meet the people where they are. A lot of people think that that I am this. I have this big facility. No, the food is cooked at my home. So when I get up in the morning, tomorrow morning we're going to be feeding. We're going to look after 200 plates tomorrow, and we're going to go out and we're going to feed families. I get up in the morning and I start prepping the food. So tomorrow menu we'll have chicken, we'll have macaroni and cheese, and we'll
Mm,
have biscuit, and then we'll have green beans. That's one plate. On another plate we'll have spinach, cream of spinach, we'll have chicken, and we'll have biscuit. On another plate we'll have chicken because that's the normal food that people like. Chicken,
right.
biscuit, and we have mashed potato. Everybody get a chance to eat that. It's hot. It's not a sandwich that they usually get from others. We provide warm meal. And when we go out there giving these meal, we go out there with the agape love. No judgment. We're here to elevate people, not criticize, not look at them and turn our nose up. We don't do that.
Right.
My team, you see the love all over my guys, you know? So you can't just come off of the street and boom, you no. You have to learn what it is to be my brother and my sister keeper. You have to learn how it is to elevate the next person to the next level. Our motto is each one teach one. I'm going to teach you how to scale yourself to the next level, and then you're going to teach the next person that you meet. You know, we always say that I can't feed everyone, but everyone can feed someone. but it got to start with me. And it got to start with,
Right.
we got to start somewhere to help people to the next level. Oh, girl.
No, this is good. The title, the discussion I wanted to talk about today is basically answering the call and being of service. And this is the epitome of what you do. You are answering the call. You answer the call in the community, and you're now being that service to the community, and you're doing it effortlessly. I can't even get the word out. Effortlessly, effortlessly. You're doing it flawlessly. I create my own words around here. I do. I create my own words. The effort is less. Let's say
Yes.
that. You do it
Effortlessly.
with grace. Yes, you're gonna remember this tomorrow too.
Yeah.
But you do it with grace, and you do it without it being a shun or looking down on people. And one thing about in being in need, regardless of where you are in your life, at some point you've been in need.
Yes.
And when you're in need, what you don't want to happen as a person is someone to look down on you because you're in a bad moment. We
Exactly.
got all these, we have all these services, like, you later your rent, you go to some of the community centers, you go to Light for your light bill, whomever you go for the water bill. And when you go in there, there's a whole slew of people. And the last thing you want is, because you're at your last, is to be looked down on. Hey,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm here trying to get a meal. I'm here with my kids trying to get a meal. But I don't be little, not so much as be little, but don't beat me down
I'm
visually.
already down. I'm already down.
Right.
So don't put your
Because
foot on my face and tell me don't look up. Come on now.
exactly. That's the part where you start lifting people up. Just
Yes.
because the man on the corner sitting up here with his little sign saying "feed me" or "I'll work for food," don't just be like, I won't say I'm guilty of it, but I'm a realistic person. I know some of them they don't need to be on that corner because their car probably better than mine.
And
However,
there are a lot of people like that. We have met
right.
them. But guess what? We don't judge because they have to figure that out. They're going to have to talk to God about that. I give it
Mm-hmm.
to them anyway. I drive around in my bag. We have emergency food. No matter how bad stuff they are, we always have emergency. Our team travel with emergency pack food. If somebody said we need food, we hand them out a pack of food. We hand out a care package to them out of the vehicle. In that care package, you'll have emergency food, you have a bottle of water, you'll have some deodorant, you have toothpaste and toothbrush. And you might have a gift card for $5, you might have gift card for $10, you might have gift card for
Right.
25. Because we we at JFC for you, we believe in transforming lives, and especially through love, education,
Mm,
and the service that we provide. We have 5 pillars, okay? Education is the first thing that we look after, you know, and that's to empower the mind for a brighter future. When it comes to food, we have to feed the body, because if you don't feed the body, what's going to happen? You feed families and you give them that dignity back and that care. You know, when it comes to clothing, we make sure the clothing that we get, let's go get donated to us, are washed and checked by our team to make sure there's no holes, and we don't have to worry about any, little mess that goes on.
right.
We're restoring confidence when it comes to the clothing part of it. Shelter. We partner up with companies that give them the opportunity that they can go in and say, okay, let me see if I can get a room at this hotel. Let me see if I can get a room of this this stay home. Just to help them back on their foot when they need it. You create a safe space of hope. When you have a place where you don't have, your mind is not blown. Yeah. But then there's the agape love, a sacrificial love. That love is unconditioned, no matter what color, what shape, what size it is. It's it's everything that we do. We have to continue to helping people because we are humans. And my husband would throw in there, Okay, we have to help the dogs too, and the forest, because if we keep killing off the trees, we won't have oxygen. So he always throw in the animals in it because my son is an animal lover, and
Mhm.
that's his thing, making sure the animals are taken care of. For me, I love animals, but I am gonna feed a human being first. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take care of
Right.
God's children first, and then the rest will follow.
Wow, this is so awesome. And then when I'm watching you, I'm listening and I'm watching you talk, I see that you're trying to get teary eyed. And, I'm not necessarily a crier, so I ain't bringing no tissue. So we're gonna
I'm,
keep these
I'm
eyes
trying not
dry.
to. I'm trying not to, because when you talk, people see people and immediately they assume that they're on drugs. We
Right.
don't only serve people that are on drugs. We serve. I'm telling you, you have people that's in the woods that get up in the morning and they go to work and you don't know. They get up
Mm,
and go to work. I had one of my guys call me while I was in a meeting, and I messaged him. I said, "Hey, what's the matter?" He says, "Miss Fabulous, I need some shoes. My shoes is all wet, and the bottom of it, I can't work with it, and I can't go to work with a sneaker. So, ma'am, can you please ask somebody of your team if they got, an old pair of size 10 and a half that you could bring me?" And I put it in my group. I say, "Hey guys, I'm looking for a size 10 and a half at the second stop. Oscar need this." And my group we said, "I'm on it. I already got the shoes, brand new shoes." You see, that's how we do it as a team. We don't wait for the government to do nothing. I got a
right. You
veteran
just
right.
step right in.
Right. We got a veteran right now. He just got his toes amputated. You think anybody running to his rescue? He found me online. He live in Orlando. He found me online and he says, "Ma'am, is there anywhere I can get some food?" I said, "How did you get my information?" He said, "You were on live." I said, "I was on live." He said, "Yes. A lady that I bought my house from 15 years ago, she had you on live. And I want to find out if I can get some food from you." And I was laughing. And he says, "Why are you laughing?" I said, "I wasn't even online. She was online. She just dragged my company in it and said, 'This is the lady that's giving out food. You come.'"
Right. Not you. But hey, he found you though.
Yes, he did. And my husband and I got up. We went in our pantry because we already had given out the food already. So
Hmm.
we went in our pantry and we created a box for him, took it over there, and we fed him.
Look at
This
that.
guy just got sick. That's it. He got sick. This guy used to own a couple restaurants in Miami. He got sick. And in this country, when you get sick, you better pray to God. If you live, you don't end up on the street, because that's how it is here.
Yes, you're so right about that. I've seen years ago. I worked for a company, and well, look, unemployment office. This was way years ago, and I remember one of the persons. They used to literally make over 100 grand a year. Had boats, houses. Been at the company for over 20 years and got laid off.
Hmm?
Now you have been reduced to what Florida is like two something a week, 225 without tax or something like that. I'm sorry, every 2 weeks, not a week, every 2 weeks.
How
You
you
know,
supposed to live off of that?
how do you change your dynamic? I used to make enough money plus to pay my house that I live in, my house that I vacation in, all my vehicles, travel, insurance. Now I'm reduced to under $1,000 a month. How can I survive that after the retirement money is gone? Because you have to take that out, so to pay some things. How does that? How can someone live off that? And that goes back to things that you do. Now I am looking at services like what you offer.
Mhm.
I'm already feeling a little, if not a lot, less than. Depression is
Mm.
setting in. um,
Mm-hmm.
doubt, struggle, strife, grief. I've prayed. You know, and I'm turning this, and not me, but I'm turning this. This is what I would if I was in those shoes, and I've been similar to those shoes. For people in that situation, they come to JFC, and then they're welcome with open doors, warm hugs, good smelling food, good food, not nasty food, like nourishing food. You
Yeah.
you guys are nourishing them mentally, spiritually, and physically. And you
Mhm.
also giving them some stuff that give them some grit in their gut. You
Yes,
know,
you do.
like that's wonderful. I mean, for you to keep doing that, how does that take on you as a person? You say you and your husband. How does that take a toll on you and your spouse and your team as a whole when you have someone in that type of caliber? Or let's say they made average money and they just lost their job and they're coming in. How do you keep the smile and the charisma and the beauty without letting that, because sometimes somebody else's sad time can kind of transfer to you a little bit,
I don't believe in
and
that.
it can make you.
I don't believe in
Oh,
that. I don't believe in that.
okay. Please
I've had people,
elaborate.
I lose friends because I said that. I believe in what God have ordained me to do. And I don't believe because I'm helping the homeless, I'm going to become
Mhm.
homeless. I don't believe I'm taking care of other people, I'm going to end up like, I don't believe in that. Whatever
Mhm.
you believe, you achieve. I don't believe in that. I'm allergic to people that speak stuff that they know nothing of. I am boots on the ground. The reason why I am boots on the ground, I learned it from my grandmother. My grandmother was feeding a lot of people. I mean, when I tell you, our door was like a revolving door. People just keep coming in and coming out, coming in and coming out. And I used to ask her the same thing. Why are you doing this? Why? She said, why not?
Mm.
She said, God gave me a gift to be a blessing to others. And I'm not going to mess up that gift because of what my friends think or what my colleague think or what
Mhm.
hey, it's not for everybody. It's not
Right.
easy. Yes, people say you make it look good. Yes, but it's not easy because yes, you get affected by it. This is what affect me. I have a young lady, Gigi. She just found out after they throwed her out of the hospital, so she got stage 4 cancer.
Oh no.
Okay? She said, if it wasn't for you guys coming out here and feeding us, we don't know what we would have because the coalition is not coming out anymore. The Red Cross is not coming out anymore. If you guys don't show up, we don't eat. How can you put somebody at a hospital that need help and because they don't have money to pay, you send them to go die? Just think about it. How can you be like that, but yet see you call yourself a human being?
Mm.
We have to learn that people are people regardless. People gonna say stuff to make you upset. People gonna say stuff to kind of make your skin cringe. But no matter what they say to me, I'm gonna tell you straight up, I'm God's favorite. And if you don't like what God is doing in my life so I can help others, keep a stepping. Don't bring your negative to me because it's going to ricochet right back at you. Because I don't do negative. I'm allergic to negative people. So they stay away from me. I don't see anything that's crazy. I don't look for anything that's bad. I don't look for negative stuff. I
Right.
stay focused on what God have in store for me.
No, that's
We
right.
impact not just Orlando, Florida. We impact the world. I have children that I'm sending to school in Congo. I have children that my team have helped here in Orlando. My husband and I sending kids to school in Sri Lanka. We send kids to school in Brazil. We send kids to school in Peru. People don't know that. So when they talk to me about who God I serve, don't let me get crazy, because the God I serve is powerful and he ain't afraid
Amen.
to step up and show out. And that's why I tell people, until you step into our shoes, you don't have no idea what it is to take care of others. I am my brother and my sister keeper. What God said I am, I am. I am who I am because God said I am. He said, you can do anything through me. He said, I will walk in front of you and you just follow. Hey, they killed Jesus. What do you think they'll do to me? That's why I ain't afraid of nobody, honey.
I know that's right. Look,
I ain't afraid.
listen. Hey, you speaking tonight? You
I
can
ain't
speak.
afraid. I ain't
So
afraid.
what you've been in with the no fear, with the no fear attitude, like that's but and it's the no fear attitude, and I'm giving it a name. It's when you say it, it's so direct and powerful, and you can tell that whatever you do, wherever you speak, it moves, and things do move. Um, so with stuff being moved and moving in this situation, how do you get the community? Because you're moving. How do you get the community to move with you and to move in sync with you?
Well, I get my community to move in sync with me because I have a powerful team. I have a powerful team that see the way we act, see what we do for others. So when you come into my organization, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number one, we're gonna teach you what it is to have that gift of love. Okay. One of the things I've learned being a servant of God is that people gonna hate you regardless. So
Yeah,
do
they
something to
don't.
impact somebody else's life. People gonna hate you regardless. I
This
have
is
people that
true.
don't like me because I smile too much. Yes. I have people that don't like me because I smile too much. And I was told my grandmother that my smile doesn't belong to me. So she shared it with the world. She told me that. She said the smile that God gave you doesn't belong to you. Share it with the world, because somebody's out there is looking for that smile. Somebody's out there to look for that person that's going to say, please, please, how can I help you? How can I?
Right.
You never know. You're a blessing for somebody else. So quit blocking your blessing by being negative. Stay away from all these crazy people. Focus on what is in front of you. We elevate each other. The team that I have, I've watched my team grow from just my husband and I to Melissa and Papa, which they run
Mm-hmm.
his and her tattoo. This couple, they work the same. I'm telling you, my brother, he works 18 hours a day. Turn around, he raps. Turn around, he does tattoo. He turn around and he still come here every Wednesday with boots on. Sis, you ready? Let's roll. Why?
And that's the beautiful part, because how I got involved with you was I had the pleasure and the privilege to interview your brother on another platform. And all I knew was that he was a rapper from Florida. I usually, that type of rap, I don't know, I used to call it like almost like gangster rap, but it's the Florida rap, right?
Yes.
And then the phone call came in. I try to, I want to know more about people than just their what's beyond the music. Yes, I want to know your music, definitely, because I'm a music person. But I want to know what's beyond the music. So the call that came in, I know it was you, and it was like, oh wait a minute, he just left here feeding people, and I was like, wait a minute, really? And we're gonna get into the gala, and I'm like, he did. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, I need to know more. I need to know more about this. He's like, yeah, he feeds some. He's been feeding the community. So I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, sir. You leaving things out. Come on. The people need to know. And so when he's talking about how yes, I've been feeding the community for many years, me and my family, and his wife's over there like, and he does. So then he was like, yeah, and we got an event coming up, this gala, and I'm like, I want to know more. I need to know more. And he said, hey, even after the show, I'm like, hey, I need to know about this gala. And he was like, I'm gonna put you in touch with my sister. And it just so happened how God aligns things. We're here. We're here. And before we even sit down for the interview, how we talked, and I was still like more and more interested. Because I'm big on community. I've joined a few type organizations just to get to enter the community, and I'm older now. Kids are all grown. I gotta find something to do with my time. I mean, I can be doing other stuff, but let's help. So, but to see everything that both of the organizations are doing, and then you're doing it out of your home, this beautiful garden, which I cannot wait till I can come in this garden. Um, the the fact that you're putting kids in school, you're helping individual people, and you still have the smile. And then you have another organization that the fabulous. I'm just call it the fabulous. I'm gonna give it another word, another name as I do. But yeah, so now we got this gala coming up. Well, not we. You have this gala coming up Saturday. Like I'm a part of it. Like you had this gala coming up Saturday, which I am so elated to. I can't wait to be there. And I feel like that's what people get to really see also your hard work. Like, and maybe that's, I don't know. Do you, when you have the galas or things like that, do you feel like this is my time to woosah and party and maybe have a cocktail and just
I don't
see
drink.
the fruits of my.
I don't drink and I don't smoke. I'm a
I mean,
naturalist.
we can have a natural iced tea with no bubbly in it,
I don't drink iced tea. I just drink
Oh
water. If I don't make
man,
it, I'm
welcome.
not drinking it.
Okay then. Well, what are you making?
So in the garden, we make star fruit juice. We make sugar cane. We make soursop tea. We make leaf of life tea. We do herbs. It's the garden of wonders. We plant seeds in the ground and in the life of others. That's what we do. When you come to
Wow.
love it because you're gonna be able to be one with nature and you're gonna fall in love with what we do. So when we like we had bananas, we had my husband cut a few bananas and put it up to ripe, and then what he does, he cut it and then he take it to each of the neighbors,
Mm,
you know.
they can have that.
And
I
then
don't.
what they did the same thing with it when we have avocado. So when
Oh,
the avocado
now
comes,
we're talking.
we take it we take it out to the street to the people. We take the star fruits out to the street to the people and we feed them. We don't we just feed the need of others. That's what we do.
So this garden, can you pronounce the name again? Because
The Garden
I'm
of
not
Wonders.
gonna badger.
It's called the Garden of Wonders, Rob. That's the name of the garden. That's my husband's baby. And every time he reap, he feeds. Every time he reap, he feeds. The reason why it's called the Garden of Wonders because we have every kind of fruit that you can think of in the backyard. And the blessing part about it, it's all natural,
Mm.
all organic, no form of pesticide. We cannot use any chemical because chemical affect the kidney. So we don't use anything that's going to affect the liver or the kidney because we have to be able to filter the food that comes in our body. And that's the main organs and that do that work. And if you damage that, you're dead. Okay. So
Yes,
we
you
we
are.
we he loves that. That's his baby. Me going out on the street, that's my baby. The garden is his
Okay.
baby.
So I can see the merge. I can see the merge in the
Yes.
bridge. I do. So how can the community help Wonder Rob Garden? How can they be able to
The Garden of
pour into it?
Wonders.
The
But
Garden of Wonders. Sorry.
so they can help the Garden of Wonder. They can come and volunteer. We need volunteers to to help get keep the garden going, because my husband, he works and we have a construction company that he managed with my pops, and I'm telling you, he drives sometimes 400 miles a day because he have to go for a different location. And then he comes home, then he goes in the garden, and then he have to make sure all the stuff are pulled up, to make sure all the weeds are up and all that stuff. And with all the rain that we have, he can't keep up like he used to because he's gone half of the day, and then when he comes, that's what happened. And then, of course, there's the gala. Oh my God, the gala that we have that's coming up this Saturday. And in telling you, it's going to be an experience because you're going to see some things you've never seen. You're going to hear some stuff you've never heard before. Why? Because people need to have an experience, and JFC for you is an experience. So you come out, come and celebrate. Come and meet some of the people we have served.
Hmm.
Come and hear the testimonies. Come and donate. We're going to have raffles, silent auctions. We're going to have a lot of entertainment, DJs. I mean, tell you the truth, my organization just took this thing and they running with it. So if you call me to ask me, hey, how many tickets or what if the tickets is you go and you pay $100 for a single ticket. Or if you want, this is what I know, $100 for a single ticket. If you want a table, you could buy a table too, and it's $600 for the table. And there's 8 people sitting around that table. So if you and your friends and want to come together and you end up paying what? Probably $75 for a ticket. But the food that you're going to get is like, whoa. Oh my goodness. You're going to have salmon. We're going to have um, crusted lemon, something another.
Oh, stop, stop.
And it's going to be gourmet salad. And it's when I tell you the food menu is off the chain, it's gonna
I
be
am
absolutely
getting
fabulous. So you
hungry.
gotta come. You gotta
So I
definitely.
have right now on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, not to cut you off, is JLC for You Incorporated Gala 2025, the hands and hearts that feed the community. There's a QR code. You can scan that QR code. You can go to their website and click it and say start now. And you are able to help and contribute and come out and celebrate and have fun. Have
Yes,
a good old time.
yes, and meet
And,
some very important people too.
see your smile. How about that?
Yes, and then you can meet me. You know, I had one lady today. She said, "How come you didn't tell me about this?" I said, "Today is day 4. I've been on social media for 80 days counting down. I sit in front of the computer and I physically do it myself. And then my team will send it out. This is what we're doing. It's day 4. So guess what? We have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Then comes Saturday. If you
Mhm.
haven't gotten your ticket yet, the only reason why Miss Nancy Matthew and Stephanie Turber is keeping this open because Zeffy has shut down yesterday. That's the only reason why you guys still can get a ticket, because we have to cut it off. They said we're allowed to have 225 people in that room. It's already at 150. So if you ain't got your ticket,
You're
we're
not
cutting it
getting
off.
one.
You got to get your ticket. Get your ticket. And the ticket is not just to come and just eat food. You know, the
Hmm.
ticket, you're planting a seed in good ground. You planting a seed of hope for somebody else. You'll get to meet the people that have partnered up with us and have walked alongside of us. You get to meet a volunteer of people that when they go out with a heart right in their hands. And you won't understand why they do what they do. But when you sit in that room, you'll experience why they do what they do. So come and celebrate
I
with us.
I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's phenomenal. Um, what you're doing with the JFC. Now you also have the and then if your website is up, you have it up on your side, and I have it in the middle. If they go on your website, they can see when it was started, when it was created, and I know I skipped over that how it was created. And I do want to touch on that. 1990. You say you was working at a daycare center, and you was a teacher. You had 27 children in your classroom, and there was one. You said you had a second experience with children being hungry. So that's reading that, and of course, it's a lot more than that. That's where you got. Is that where you started, or you
It
just
started before that. It
okay?
started before that. So I'm originally from Jamaica. That's where I was
That's
born.
the accent. I knew it was island. I couldn't figure out which one. Okay.
Yes, I'm an island girl. The island of Jamaica. That's where I'm from. So
Okay.
growing up, I was born to a young mom. And when you have a teenage mom that don't know what they're doing and they're trying to figure out for themselves, and then the father is a rolling stone that don't care. You become that big sister slash mom slash everybody to your two younger brother, and you had to figure out how you're going to feed them. And
Mm,
we have experienced what it's like being hungry, all three of us. But I always made sure my brothers them eat. I'm the one that go to bed. I'm the one because they were too young to feel hunger pain. So I had to absorb that for them. Today, my brothers are doing very well. Got an engineer, electrician. I have my other brother. He drives truck, doing very well. He have his own family. You guys will get to meet them at the gala because they're all flying in. One is coming from California. One is come from Phoenix, Arizona. They're flying in so that they can support their sister. My mother, she's already here and she's excited about seeing what I've done. And when I came here, I was 17 years old. And I was just supposed to be a substitute teacher,
mhm.
temporary situation. But then, oh boy, those kids were acting like gremlins. I'm serious. Have you ever watched the movie The Gremlin? If
Yes, I
you
have
have
several
not,
times.
yeah, you gotta go watch it. They look nice and fluffy and cuddle, but boy, when they kids come in, they get angry and they biting on each other and fussing. And I was like, I realized that they were behaving the same way my brothers were behaving when they got hungry. And I'm like, oh, Father, you did not send me here for this.
Right,
Like,
right.
no, I can't go through this again. But my heart is soft when it comes to God. And He said, feed my children. And so every time I got my paycheck, I would take myself to Walmart and I would go and use my money to buy food to feed the kids. And on Monday, I start bringing in food in there. And it was the coolest thing because the kids thought it was a big adventure that we're on. And
Mhm.
it was a keep away. We keep everybody from knowing that they were feeding in there because it was illegal to feed the kids them in the classroom. But every morning when they come in, the kids them would just, shh, and everybody started setting up the table. I had one little boy, his name was JJ. He was
Mhm.
strong, so he would take the chair and stick it up underneath the table, and he'll sit on it because he was a big boy. So
Mhm.
you can't move him from there. And the girls, them, would. So I had kids from 2 to 6 years old in that, 2 to 5 in that classroom, and they would come and I showed them how to set the table and teach them all that stuff, and they would sit down and
Right.
hurry up and pray real fast, and when we finish pray, they'll eat the food out, and then when they eat the food up, I'll take everything and put it back in my backpack. We leave no evidence behind. And after that, time to learn. Oh my God, my kids were the best
Wow.
kids. When they were full, they were so full of life. I was like, yes. And one day we almost got busted.
Who told? Which one
My kids
told?
them
Which was
wouldn't
the
tell.
snitch?
My kids them wouldn't tell. My kids them would not tell. My kids said, I told them, I said, if you tell anybody that I am bringing food to you guys, they're gonna take me away and you won't ever get food from me again. Those kids wouldn't tell.
Oh.
But one of the teachers kept saying my classroom was too quiet. So they did
Mm.
an investigation to find out. So the principal came to me and asked me if I was giving them stuff to drink. I said, what? She said, yes. I wanted to find out what were you giving the kids to drink. I said, I don't give the kids anything to drink. What are you talking about? And because I was young, I wasn't even thinking about what
Right.
anything negative because my grandmother is very positive. I grew up with her and it's a positive thing. This lady said, you sure you're not giving them anything to drink? Because it's
Being
illegal to
nosy.
give them medicine to go to sleep. I was like, what? What the hell? This lady crazy. She was
Right.
asking me if I was giving them Tylenol and Benadryl. I said, Tylenol and Benadryl. I said, what do you guys do to these children? She says, I just
Right.
wanted to make sure because if we find out that's what's going on, you have to leave because that is against our policy. I said, lady, let me tell you something. I didn't come in here. God sent me here. And I can leave the same way I came in. But until I'm finished, whatever he asks me to do, I do. But
Right.
giving kids drugs, no, ma'am, that wouldn't be me. That would be
But
somebody
see,
else. And
but
she
see,
says, so why are your kids them so quiet? And why do they go down and sleep without fussing? I said, because I know how to talk to my kids. After we finish our schoolwork, we go outside. I run them kids to the ground. I'm chasing them. I'm the monster. I'm the pilot. I'm the sword. I'm everything you want me to be when I'm with my children. And when I'm done with them, they come inside. Everybody get a wipe down. Everybody get a wipe down. When they get that cold rag hitting their body, and I take my baby powder out and I put it on them and make them smell good, they have no choice. Your behind is full. You got your education, you played, so it's time for you to take your nap. And I put on Beethoven, everybody goes down.
that's it. That's the
That's it.
catalyst.
It's done. Drop. That's it. Close the door. The kids them are
Wow.
down. And I never told them, I'm not gonna tell you what I do. Because if I tell you what I do, then you're gonna fire me and you're gonna do it yourself.
The
No.
same. Right. Right. That. Yeah. That part.
Uh-uh.
Wow.
That,
Man.
but that's how
This
it
is
that's
such
how
a
it
good
starts.
conversation.
That's how it
That's the.
starts.
It started. Wow. It started from you being a youngin to that.
To
That
now.
that is that's to now. It's like a full circle, and that's the to me that is the full meaning of when you feel like you don't know what you was put here on earth for, when you don't know what your purpose is. Sometimes you have to. At first, you're the purpose, or you're the reason for the purpose. Because if you would not have experienced that, you would not have picked up on it and realized it, and then you put a plan into action
Yes.
and look where that plan has transpired into today. For me, this is inspiring for me in a lot of ways. This whole your whole story, I wow, this is an excellent conversation. Um, I really want everyone who's listening to definitely reach out, purchase a ticket for the gala this Saturday. It starts at 4:35 p.m.
Yes.
One of
Yes.
them,
Yes.
5
It's
p.m.
not yes. The door open at 4:30. We have guys that gonna be there from 4 o'clock to let people in. That one, oh, you have the wrong slide up there,
That's
but
the
it's
wrong
okay.
slide.
Yeah, that's the wrong,
I
but
was
it's
like,
okay.
it said 2 to 7.
Two to
Okay.
seven. No, it's actually 5 to 8. It starts at
Okay.
5 to 8, but we have the doors open at 4 o'clock, so people
Okay.
can come in and conversate and meet some of. We're gonna have a few, senators that's gonna be there. A lot of
Awesome.
business owner that's gonna be there. That's there to support us. So come.
Right. And I will be there in the
Yes,
building.
August gonna be there.
Represent.
So you got to be there. You have to be
Definitely.
there.
I
It's
am.
gonna it's
I
gonna
am.
be a night to remember. You will never forget this experience. You
I
will never
am
forget this experience.
even more intrigued to be there. I'll be able to be there representing with Miss Corporate America, Florida. So I'm so happy to be involved with that. But the story is so wonderful. I am beyond blessed and grateful that you gave me an hour of your time today uh, to sit down with little old me uh, on my first season of Just Being August. Like I'm not going to tear up because I'm not a crier, but I mean this story is it's inspiring because a lot of times we think that as one person that we cannot be a difference, make a difference, or do anything. And I have a tagline that says it takes just one heartbeat. And I say that because everybody has you have one heart. You're lucky if you can get you a transplant to get two, but it can only this body can only hold one.
That's it. One
So
whole one.
right. So it takes one heartbeat and your one heartbeat has transformed several thousand heartbeats. So I salute you all day, every day. Continue what you are doing. I'm going to come to that garden. I'm going to support in any way that you need me, that I can. Definitely keep sharing your story. We're here on the Power Influence Radio and the Daily Faith Network. So definitely this story will continuously get out. Buy your tickets, buy your tickets, buy your tickets. Any last words for everyone, Miss Rob? Excuse me, Fabulous. I'm gonna call you
That's
the Miss
that's it.
Fabulous.
That's it. That's it. So what I wanted to say to you guys, thank you for allowing me to share this platform with you guys. And always remember, I am my brother and my sister's keeper. And no matter what goes on into your world, I can't feed everyone, but everyone can feed someone. And they got to start with me. What about you? What are you going to do to make a difference in somebody else's life? All it takes is one. You don't have to try to do the whole world. Just start with one. Come to the gala and you'll meet several people that they are the one. Stay blessed, stay safe, and stay absolutely fabulous, darling. And I'll
Oh
see you
my
guys
God.
next time.
It was an honor, ladies and gentlemen. Fabulous Camille Robb. My hand clap to you. Please, ladies and gentlemen, I am August with Just Being August podcast. Y'all can, tune in at Power Influence Radio, Just Being August Facebook, Just Being August Instagram, everything that's just August. And continue to follow Miss Fabulous Camille. Camille, Fabulous, thank you again. It has been phenomenal.
It's been my pleasure.
Until next time. Mine too. See you Saturday.
I can't wait. I can't wait.